March 25th, 1911, 4:30 p.m. Saturday afternoon in New York City, the Triangle Shirtwaist Company, floors 8, 9, and 10 of the Ash Building in Greenwich Village. 500 workers, mostly young women, immigrants, Italian and Jewish girls, ages 15 to 25. They're making shirtwaists, women's blouses, the fashion of 1911. It's grueling work, 13-hour shifts, 7 days a week, for $6 to $8 per week. That's $180 in today's money. The conditions are horrific. The workspace is crammed, sewing machines pushed together. 200 women on the 9th floor alone. Tables piled with fabric. The floor is covered in scraps. Oil-soaked wooden floors, cotton and linen everywhere. It's a tinderbox. And here's the deadly detail. The exit doors are locked. The owners, Max Blanc and Isaac Harris, locked the doors from the outside. Why? To prevent theft. To stop workers from stealing time by leaving early. To keep union organizers out. The workers are trapped. They don't know it yet, but they're locked in a death trap. Up on the 10th floor, Blanc and Harris sit in their luxury office. Mahogany desk, Persian rugs, they're counting money. Below them, 15-year-old Rose Rosenfeld is sewing. The youngest worker. She's trying to help her family. At 4:40 p.m. on the 8th floor, someone drops a match, maybe a cigarette. It lands in a scrap bin. The fabric ignites, and the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire begins. 4:40 p.m., the fire starts on the 8th floor. A scrap bin ignites. Within seconds, the fire is spreading. Fabric dust in the air catches fire. The flames jump from table to table. The 8th floor workers run for the exits. Most of them escape. The owners, Blanc and Harris, are on the 10th floor. Someone calls them. They grab their families and run to the roof. They're saved. But the 9th floor, nobody warns them. 300 women are sewing. By the time they see the smoke, it's too late. They run for the exits. The east door opens. Some escape. But the west door, locked. They're trapped. Women are pounding on the door, screaming. The key is in the foreman's pocket. He's already gone. The fire escape is their only hope. 20 women climb out the window. The fire escape is made of iron. It's narrow, weak. It was never designed for a mass evacuation. The weight is too much. The structure bends. The bolts pull out of the brick. The fire escape collapses. Everyone on it falls 90 feet to the courtyard below. The elevator is the last chance. Joseph Zito, 20 years old, the elevator operator, he's a hero. He makes 4 trips, 30 women crammed in each time. The elevator is designed for 12 people. He doesn't care. He keeps going back. He saves 150 people. On his 5th trip, the elevator fails. The cable breaks. The shaft is filling with bodies. Women are jumping down the elevator shaft. They're trying to land on top of the car. They're dying. By 4:50 p.m., women are at the windows. They have a choice. Jump 90 feet to the pavement or burn alive. They start jumping. Some jump holding hands, 2 at a time, 3 at a time. The fire department arrives. They raise their ladders. The ladders reach the 6th floor. The fire is on the 9th and 10th floors. The ladders are useless. Firefighters hold out safety nets. The first woman hits the net from 90 feet up. The force is too great. The net breaks. She goes right through it. The nets are useless too. By 4:58 p.m., 18 minutes after the fire started, it's over. The fire has burned itself out. 146 people are dead. 49 burned to death. 36 died in the elevator shaft. 58 jumped to their deaths on the sidewalk. The aftermath is devastating. 146 bodies are pulled from the building. 58 are on the sidewalk. The youngest victim, Rose Rosenfeld. She was 15 years old. Her mother identifies her body. She's one of 7 sets of mothers and daughters who died together. Families line up at the morgue, trying to identify burned bodies. It takes days. Some victims are never identified. The public is enraged. This is front-page news across America. Fire trap kills 146. Locked doors sealed their doom. On April 5th, 350,000 people march in the rain. The largest protest march New York has ever seen. They're demanding justice. They're demanding change. Among the witnesses that day was Frances Perkins. She was a 31-year-old social worker. She watched the fire from Washington Square. She saw the women jumping. It changed her life. She would become the U.S. Secretary of Labor under President Franklin D. Roosevelt. She would create the New Deal labor laws. Everything she did was shaped by this fire. In April, Blanc and Harris are arrested. They're charged with manslaughter. The prosecution argues they knew the doors were locked. They created a death trap. But Blanc and Harris hire Max Stoyer, the best defense attorney money can buy. The trial lasts 3 weeks. 150 witnesses testify. Survivors describe the locked doors, the panic, the jumping. On December 27, 1911, just before Christmas, the jury delivers its verdict, not guilty. The courtroom erupts. Survivors are screaming. Families are crying. Blanc and Harris smile and shake hands with their lawyer. They walk out free men. Here's the injustice. 2 years later, in a civil trial, they're found liable. They have to pay damages. $75 per victim. $75. That's it. For a life, they collect their insurance money. They reopen their factory at a new address. And 3 years after the fire, inspectors find their new factory doors locked again. The Triangle fire changes everything. Within days, New York State creates a factory investigating commission. Robert Wagner, a state senator, leads it, along with Alfred E. Smith, a state assemblyman. Both men will go on to bigger things. Smith becomes governor of New York and runs for president. Wagner becomes a U.S. senator and authors the National Labor Relations Act. But the Triangle fire shapes their entire careers. From 1911 to 1914, they pass 36 new labor laws in New York. These laws become the model for the entire nation. Exits must be unlocked. Doors must open outward. Fire sprinklers are required. Maximum working hours. Child labor restrictions. Factory inspections. These aren't just New York laws. They spread across America. And here's the biggest legacy. Frances Perkins. Remember her? She witnessed the fire. She saw the women jumping. It traumatized her. It also motivated her. She dedicates her life to labor reform. In 1933, Franklin D. Roosevelt appoints her U.S. Secretary of Labor. She's the first woman in any presidential cabinet ever. And she creates the New Deal. Social Security, minimum wage, the 40-hour work week, unemployment insurance, all of it shaped by the Triangle fire. She says later, the Triangle fire was the day the New Deal was born. In 1970, the federal government creates OSHA, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. Every workplace safety rule, every fire code, every sprinkler requirement, it all traces back to Triangle. 146 people died. but their deaths created the modern American workplace. Today, the Brown Building, the old Ash Building, is part of New York University. There's a plaque on the wall. Every March 25th, people lay flowers there. The victims are remembered, their names are engraved. Rose Rosenfeld, age 15, the youngest victim, Lucia and Catherine Maltese, mother and daughter, ages 20 and 39, all 146 names. The Triangle Fire proved something. Worker safety isn't optional. It's not a luxury, it's a right. And when corporations put profit over people, tragedy follows. The owners, Blanc and Harris, lived comfortably. They never went to prison. But their factory is a memorial now. And the laws created because of their greed protect millions of workers every single day. That's the legacy of Triangle. 146 people died so that millions could live safely.